I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Evanoff. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour.
Did you even say your name there?
Josh Evanoff. I think I said it too quick.
I
I may be just fucking on the spectrum.
I thought you said Joshua. I was like, oh.
Joshua Evanoff. That is my name. So,
Do you forget that sometimes?
no.
I'm just wondering because like literally everybody calls you Josh on all your socials. You're Josh.
My socials
At work, you call yourself Josh.
Well, somebody asked me recently, they're like, is your name actually Josh or Joshua? I'm like, it's Joshua. You know, like, have you ever met an actual Josh?
Has anybody ever just called you Joshua continuously?
My fiance occasionally will say Joshua instead of like if it's like a serious thing.
Yeah.
Which is how you know like you're
You're in trouble.
Yeah, basically.
But no one else, no family members, no teachers, employees throughout lifetime.
Not really. I mean, people always think I was named Josh. This is actually a fun fact. People think I'm named Joshua because of the Bible, and I'm from Oklahoma, so safe assumption.
Yeah.
Reddest state of all time. So, but I'm not.
But deep cut,
it's Josh Heupel, former Oklahoma Sooners. The Sooners won the national title in 2000. I was born about 9 months later. That'd be so funny. No, but I was born a year later, and named me Josh after Josh Heupel, former Oklahoma Sooners great quarterback.
did your dad have to do a lot of convincing, or did it kind of was there no choice out of your mother?
I think she relented because it's still a well-known name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then now that motherfucker is coaching Tennessee.
By the way, did they ever tell you about your other potential name options?
Yes, this is no bullshit. I've never told you this. My dad. So you guys don't know. If you know me personally, my dad was he was a hell of a man. Certainly a way to put it. Massive stoner and kind of out there, dude. Vesuvius. I shit you not. Could you imagine me being named Vesuvius Evanoff?
I don't even know what we can nickname you.
I don't even know.
Vin? It doesn't even
Okay.
make sense.
No. Vesuvius. There are no good nicknames for that.
Vinny somehow.
I think my mom was like on that one. She's like, no,
that one doesn't even make sense. Vinny doesn't even make sense, or Vin.
Well, dude, I'm not sure you know this, but my dad was high 99% of the time. So I mean,
Hey, that's cool. We know a lot of people like that, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
so.
but yeah, so I could have been hey, fuck, dude. You think Ariel Helwani would have fucked up that one?
God, could you imagine? And we're here with
Joff Evanoff from
no, but it would have
Courtside.
been Vesuvius.
Vesuvius.
What is that from?
I don't know. I think it's is there a Mount Vesuvius? I think. Or
We might have to do some research
We'll do
later.
some research later, but
I can't remember. My parents have told me something like Alex, some typical
no.
kind of names like that. I can't remember what other ones.
No,
were
I
on
sound
there.
like I sound like I'm like storming Asia in like the fucking 800 BC or some shit, dude. Vesuvius.
Vesuvius
I sound like I'd
Evanoff.
be I'm literally a Sith Lord or some shit, dude.
right.
Yeah. So
It's all good, dude. Like, we got people out here naming their children fucking hand cannon. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, what Elon Musk is just using fucking numbers and symbols and shit. So hey,
yeah. I told you, I saw that. I'll never forget, dude. Whenever we went to this school, we were doing some project for our middle school. We went to an elementary school, and they had the kids' artwork hung on the wall, and it has their name on the corner.
Yeah.
And there's a kid. His name was Prince.
I fuck with that though.
Some shit like
I kind of
that.
like that.
Yeah, dude.
Kind of like that. I think it's also biased because I love Prince.
I think it was Prince.
So.
It was something out there like that. Or...
I feel like there was like a boxer who named their son.
Legend. It was Legend.
Oh,
That was the name.
Yes.
The name was Legend.
I know we've talked about this before.
Are you talking about the kid's name was Legend?
That's badass.
Could you imagine, bro? Name your kid Legend?
Dude, it's
I don't think I could put my child through that, but
there's some names that's like that name will determine how your life goes. Like there's like this long time news guy. His name's Wolf Blitzer. I'm like, dude, with a name like that, you were born to tell people the news, bro.
Dude, you're not even wrong. I heard someone
Wolf
say that
Blitzer,
recently
bro?
too.
Come
But it's
on.
like, but you also like, you ever think about like certain athletes or like people who are well known? You think about the name. You're like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, has a ring to it.
it does. It does. I think that's
Kobe
why-
Bryant.
Yeah, Kobe Bean Bryant.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron, King James.
Yo, I saw somebody asked CM Punk. He was like, "Hey, Punk, who do you think is the GOAT?" He's like, "Come on, it's obviously Jordan." And I'm like, "Shit, man." That's my goal right there. Chicago guy makes sense, but
kind of set that one up, but I'll let you continue.
All right.
I like how our show starts off now with us going like really off topic.
No, I mean, dude. I think that's the way it needed to be because honestly, like, just cutting right into it just doesn't feel right anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like we got some more. I got more shit to say than just MMA.
We're very Morning Combat-esque now,
Yeah,
I had to say it.
I like
not as talented, not as
we don't. I don't need
not as many
not
as many accolades.
No, I don't need as many hot dogs from a gas station as our boy BC does. Shout out BC.
Doing whippets behind an Arby's.
I'm cool with a couple of guys from the like Shaquille Majori who co-hosts sometimes whenever one of them's gone. I
could see myself being in that kind of position, though, being behind an Arby's. Maybe not doing whippets, but doing something else.
So I think the big issue for me with that is I'd have to go to Arby's. And I think
I feel like you could only do whippets at Taco Bell or Arby's.
I mean, let me ask you a question. I actually saw this question asked recently. You get $1 million a year, but you have to eat Taco Bell every single meal of your life.
I'm gonna probably die quick.
So you're saying no?
I don't know if I'm saying no, but fuck me, that would suck.
but would you take the deal, Angel? Gun to your head. Are you taking the deal?
I guess I will. Fuck it.
You're fucking taking.
My body's gonna hate me for the rest of my life, but
plot twist: you die at fucking 300 days and you don't get the didn't get the
God.
million. Dude, I was thinking
Taco Bell for the rest of my life.
But it's $1 million a year. I think the deal is it's $1 million for a year for like every year that you do that.
I feel like what I would do is I just come home with all the Taco Bell stuff and try to make it more. But still with all the Taco Bell ingredients.
See, you know what I thought? I'd franchise a location, get my own Taco Bell, put it fucking a block down from me. I own that Taco Bell, and then but you got to think about it. It's $1 million. Is it
$1 million will go quick, bro?
I know,
especially with the franchise. And I'm pretty sure they have an application process too.
Oh, are you saying they'll deny me?
Oh, they could. Let's see. Let's find out.
Okay, folks. How much does it cost to franchise a Taco Bell? According to Google, it could be anywhere between $530,000 to $3 million.
And I'm telling you, bro, that's pretty much all your money gone. All you're gonna have is a business and free Taco Bell.
I guess you're right, but I guess it depends on the location. I could take $1 million.
This deal is pretty L. To be honest, I think we should move on.
Is it $2 million? Would you do it for $2 million?
No. Fuck. I mean, I'd probably say yes because I'm fucking dumb. But I hate that I would have to eat Taco Bell every day.
No, I had this joke once before. Like, it's actually kind of a bit I took from Mitch Hedberg, but it's kind of to change a little bit. It's like, if I get that $1 million, I'm gonna go and franchise a Taco Bell. We're gonna open a Taco Bell. We're not gonna sell tacos. Fuck that. You know how like every location when you see like an ad, it's like participating locations may vary. We're not gonna participate in shit. We're not doing anything. You want burritos? Nah, buddy. We're selling spaghetti. All right, get the fuck out, dude. Like
spaghetti taco.
Exactly.
iCarly.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, there we go, guys.
That is the intro to this show.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so we actually have a good card to talk about this week. 2 good cards actually, which is normally whenever we drone on.
I know I'm drifting off here one more time, but we'll come back real quick. But like how MMA is growing globally.
Yeah.
There's some child in some small remote country right now with a phone and internet who might be listening to our pod who wants to become a UFC champion, and he's like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
It's like, yeah, bro. You gotta get that Live Moss, brother. Like Live Moss, man. Shit.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Dude, if we gotta talk about sponsorship, we'd change our tune so quick. We'd be like, bro, I do it for free every day. What do you mean? Fuck, dude. You're telling me I got $1 million in addition to the free Taco Bell free?
Fucking endorsing the volcano taco and shit. Hashtag volcano sauce, baby.
Exactly. Bro, that's really the play. Franchise the location just to bring back the volcano.
I'm so sad they didn't keep it around. But let's get to the point, goddammit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 278 of the Courtside Soundoff podcast. As always, brought to you by 2 sponsors of the show, Rogue Energy and ELYXR. Rogue Energy can be fueled up whether I'm at the gym, at home, at work. They get me to the finish line. They get you there as well. Code Soundoff, all caps, code Soundoff for 10% off at checkout. Meanwhile, ELYXR.com, the exact opposite. They're going to get your ass high and chill with their Delta 8 products. They got rolls, joints, they got gummies, they got it all. You can get it as well for code SOUNDOFF for 10% off at checkout. Once again, rogueenergy.com and ELYXR.com. Code SOUNDOFF at checkout. Look, I'm going to go ahead and give full disclosure, guys. I did not watch the UFC 304 main event live. I was very tired, came home,
But you know who
fell
did?
asleep.
I did.
He did. But you know what? I came home and fell asleep. I did not watch it live. So waking up to the ESPN notification at 3 a.m. that Belal Muhammad,
Remember the name.
you're after Saturday, you got to, my man. And
Remember the decision.
remember this. Well, it was another one. I'll go ahead and say that. 48-47, 48-47, 49-46. Ending Leon Edwards' long run, 13 fight unbeaten streak, broken. UFC title run, over.
By the way, I apologize for not putting out my post-fight clarity thoughts. You know, that's been. By the way, Ariel stole that from me. He kind of did the equivalent of it recently.
I know. That
I don't know
fucker.
Did you see that on Twitter? He did kind of
I did.
similar thing.
I did.
Except I actually have mine labeled a name. You know, mine is post-fight clarity, which I think is a great name.
What a dick.
Which is like it's a day after me watching the preview and I kind of soak in and give all my short-witted thoughts on everything.
You got to do, Angel. You got to turn that into a video series, and then we'll put it on the channel.
But the whole thing is to be like a day immediately after, because that's the thing. It's post-fight clarity. You know, it's just like post-night clarity. You have to do it as the clarity hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So it has to be a day later. So my opinions and all that could change very much by the next following days.
Yeah. Just compared to post-nut clarity,
That's what it is. That's why I named it
I
post-fight clarity.
I hear you. But anyways, man, Belal Muhammad also on Saturday, he broke the streak of welterweights and under over the 35 years old. The only man to do it, Town Woodley now, Belal Muhammad, which is just we gave him, I think, a better shot. We both said, like, you know, he's not bad. He fought his way here. We showed him a lot of respect, but we both kind of struggled to find a pathway to victory. That pathway to victory, pressure.
By the way,
moving forward the whole time.
Can I give you some context about his loss? He only has 3 losses on his record. One of them is well, actually, I don't know where the third one's won, because he has the Leon Edwards one ended up being a no contest, right?
Correct. No contest.
Okay.
Lost to Jeff Neal in 2019.
Okay, well, let's stop right there. Just to give some context.
Got you.
Two of the losses on his record were the year he debuted in the UFC. Alan Jouban, Vicente Luque. Until 2019, he did not lose a fight until he came across Jeff Neal. It was a decision, loss. So be it. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh, isn't that crazy? Like, put that into perspective. Ever since he debuted, pretty much hasn't lost a fight. You know, he did, obviously, his first year, he lost twice. Which, by the way, already a rough start that you fought, you know, you got signed to UFC, you're young, you have high hopes, you know, and your first year you go 1-2.
Yeah.
That's like a death sentence nowadays for like a new fighter.
Fuck, dude. They just cut Nate Maness.
Even back then.
Yeah, I mean, they just cut fucking flyweight Nate Maness literally on like Monday. It was like 3-2 in the UFC.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
The fact that he was able to overcome that and be the position he's in. Look, despite whatever you want to think about Belal Muhammad or whatever it may be, holy fuck, dude. Like, the journey cannot be denied. The effort, the hard work, and everything, and finally getting there was good. For me, I feel like, obviously, to give credit to the champ, the story was like adversity and a lot of self-belief. I mean, shit, like I said, a lot of people don't even know this, but Belal Muhammad almost got blinded by Leon Edwards in their fight. People don't know about that. Like, if you ever have time, you know, go listen to that JRE episode. We might have to insert a clip of that here about him talking about that. He was out for a while, and he was not having a fun time in life.
No.
And kind of to talk on the other end for the former champ. I mean, Josh, I hate to be kind of, but I was let down. I wanted more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I felt like Leon had more. He could have gave more. And it never happened. Obviously, in the 5th, we did get that exciting moment right there at the end where he opens up Belal and
nearly finished. Well, not nearly finished.
Not nearly. No, but you know,
he had more time. Maybe something could happen.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But you know, cuts him up, blood everywhere, crazy image. I mean, you already know that's about to be posted everywhere. Who do you think won the fight? You know?
Yeah, right.
It's to be one of those moments.
And as far as, I mean, for me, there is no question who won the fight. I mean, I thought it was a pretty clean.
Wait, did you hear some controversy? Was there some?
I'm gonna check real quickly on MMA decisions.
Was there some Leon Edwards truthers out there?
Shit, probably. We'll see. I'm gonna pull up MMA. For some reason, MMA decisions.
I mean,
it's not working.
There might be, but it might be like a very, very, very small community of people.
Yeah, for some reason, MMA decisions is giving me a privacy error, and I'm trying to pull up on Chrome. So. Gonna have to wait, but regardless, I did not see too many people saying that. For the most part, it seems like everybody was kind of disappointed with Leon Edwards, and for me, man, part of the reason why I picked him heading into this fight is because I thought it was gonna be Granted, 3 years have passed, but for me, man, I thought Leon only got better in that time. In their first fight, he had no respect for Belal Muhammad. He walked forward, he dominated him. Obviously, the eye poking ended the fight, but he won every exchange in that fight up until that point. Dropped him, all that stuff. He reverted to his normal self in this fight. He was backing up. He was not throwing a lot. And Belal was just like, man, if this guy's not going to throw,
Give him freedom.
I'm gonna pressure forward. I'm gonna throw, and it was not Canelo Alvarez like hands.
He was not Bangkok ready.
He was not Bangkok ready, but he was good enough to beat him on the feet in the early exchanges. Leon, I thought took rounds 4 and 5 off the top of my head. Belal took the first 3, and he had moments, but man, Leon, it was too little, too late. And his coach tried to give him the old, what the fuck are you doing, Leon? You gotta finish him, Leon.
Yeah, coach, we needed that like 3 rounds, 4 rounds earlier.
I know, and it's like, man, no speech is gonna work this time, bro. It is 6 a.m. That's not gonna work.
It's not gonna hit the same.
And Leon afterwards, he came out and said he had a back injury. He said that he had the timing messed him up, and I believe that. But at the same time, man, that's not an excuse. I
think they did play all of that. I feel like did play a factor, but
yeah.
I mean, I'll put it like this. I think it was collectively a bunch of things, but at the end of the day, I feel like Leon fell short.
He did.
Just put it simple.
You got to.
He gave Belal. I hate to say it, but this loss, like this championship fight, I don't even think it was like a bad fight. It just felt kind of underwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt like I don't want to say Leon handed it over, but it also felt like
he sure as shit didn't fight for it. Though.
But I felt like he had more.
He did have more.
And one guy definitely did give it its all, and it was Belal Muhammad. I'll give him that. Came in, had a great game plan, executed. Now, I must say this, by the way, while I do say this, Josh, can you pull up the UFC rankings?
Yes,
pull that up again, Jamie. But I do think this title reign, not because of his skill set or because I think he's bad or good, I think will be short lived because this division does have some young, hungry dogs. Shakbat Rakhmatov, Ian Gary, Jack Della Maddalena, and more to come up the division soon enough. Because these old dogs are about to be leaving soon. Colby Covington's, I can't imagine there's not many fights left in him.
Well, I mean, actually, Dana said it.
And Kamaru Usman, another guy who I'm not sure has a lot left in there.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to start seeing these new faces. Because in reality, I hate to say it, but Belal at this point in this division is one of those guys, too. He also falls in that category of being a guy who's been around quite some time. I mean, at this point, almost approaching a 10-year career within the UFC. Just short of it, I think 8 years. And he has miles on him for sure. I mean, he's approaching almost 30 fights, and the majority of those being in the UFC. Yeah. Body's definitely gone through it. He's 36. Like, there's already things that are kind of putting in the direction like this reign is going to be hard. So that's why I imagine, sadly, it won't last very long.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And ultimately, it's not Belal's fault. And he won this title at his last available opportunity. And that's a big thing. And he knew that going into this fight. 36 years old.
Get paid, King.
Exactly. 36 years old. But now we kind of have to move forward, man. Because like you said, Kamaru's not getting a title shot. Colby's not getting a title shot. They don't want to give Leon Edwards a fucking trilogy after that performance. You know? Guys with less title defenses have gotten instant rematches, but not with a fight like that. He kind of just let it go. So that leaves Shavkat Rakhmonov.
He's right there, baby.
And god damn, that's a rough match.
That's a hard next fight, man, for anybody.
That's about as tough as he gets as far as the first title defense. And we're gonna find out a lot about Shavkat, I think.
17 wins, 17 finishes.
And
the most dangerous. I mean, I'll say I think he's the most dangerous guy on the roster.
Yeah, you definitely make a good argument for it. And the reality is it's like that old Vitor Belfort UFC like 12 image. No weakness.
Francis Ngannou isn't on the UFC roster anymore. It has to be Shavkat Rakhmonov.
That's true, man. And man, fuck. And that has to be it. I don't even know who else it would be.
No, I think at this point it's too easy, dude, to not make a Leon Edwards Ian Gary fight, which could turn out to be a snooze fest. I'm not gonna lie,
or a banger.
It's
one of those fights,
It's one of those fights, but I think they'll have a great build up. These guys will be good. And for me, it's like, well, Leon, if you get this one back, we might throw you back in, And honestly, for Ian Gary, it's a perfect push, slide right in fight. He'd be fighting a former champ, a guy who's not that old, but has experience. They got a little beef. I think it's the perfect matchup, man. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. I think the welterweight division has the fights in place to get the division going because That's another important thing, dude. This division is one of the few that I think can kind of, out of all the ones, has good movement because it has young guys, it has vets, it can have active champions if it's allowed to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I completely agree. And as far as the welterweight division goes too, you're kind of in a position right now where, and this is very well known, welterweights, I don't want to say it's a division full of divas. It's a division full of guys who like to call for title shots and fight once a year if it's a right matchup for them.
That's the only issue.
I mean, you could run it down. Leon, I give it past Leon. He accepted 3 fights UFC 300. He got postponed because they wanted Colby to fight last year in December in Vegas. It was going to be a huge thing. So I give him a pass. Kamaru, no fights this year.
Very
no fight schedule.
Long-time champ though, very
Correct.
active. Body is kind of.
No, I'm not going to add anything as far as you know. But I'm just saying, no fights this year. Shavkat Rakhmonov, 1 fight this year, dealt with an injury afterwards. Colby Covington, no fights this year.
Dealt with
JDM,
a lawsuit.
yeah, right. JDM, no fights this year.
Had an injury though.
Had an injury as well. Gil Burns, no fights this year.
Had an injury. Was very active last year.
Ian Machado Gary, I fought twice this year actually.
Yeah, been active.
Sean Brady, 1 fight. Wonder Boy, 1 fight. Jeff Neal, 1 fight. It's a very inactive decision, and we're about to be in August, so it's not like. And if you look at it, man, it has to be Shavkat. I mean, unless they want to do a Shavkat JDM,
that'd be a waste of time.
I completely agree because at this point, you should have done that probably like a month ago.
Yeah.
If they both, I mean, I don't know how.
Now you got
how
a champion.
Yeah.
Which I mean, look, if Belal does fight, it'll be December.
Yeah.
Which I think will be a good time.
Probably I mean, my bet is undercard of Chandler
and perfect.
Connor.
Perfect for those. And you kidding me?
Yeah.
Belal will get a fat paycheck, man.
Exactly. And both guys.
I take that 4 months. That's decent time, you know.
Well, and the thing is Connor has talked about. He's like, I'm a welterweight now. I'm down with fighting whoever. Which could you fucking imagine him fighting Shavkat? Fucking oh my god.
DTF fighter of the week right there.
Oh my god. So yeah, man. I mean, that's a logical fight next. I mean, I already see Bilal's going back and forth with Colby, and I'm like, bro, if I have to watch another Colby Covington title shot, I might.
You saw Belal was already talking about 185, Josh. I mean,
I know, dude. It's like, dude, Belal, bro, I like you a lot, dude. Just please don't do this. Just don't. Just be a good champion.
Also, Belal loses to every 180, like all former 185 champions, in my opinion. No hate.
Oh yeah,
They're
I
just
mean,
too big.
he's not even a big guy for.
He's not a big welterweight, and he'd be a shell of himself at 85.
I agree. I mean, he's shredded out of his fucking tree, but he doesn't even look like a big guy at 170.
No, I hate to say it, Dricus blows through him, Izzy blows through him. They all blow through him. I'm sorry, it's just I think it's just too big of a difference.
I agree with you.
Too big, way
But,
too big.
Angel, I feel like it's time to move down to the co-main event, boy. Because man, Tommy Aspinall.
He is undeniable, Josh. Undeniable. You talk about a guy making himself undeniable in the UFC. It is Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, man. Tom Aspinall is him. That's all I got to say. Tom Aspinall.
And
is
he's
him.
down to fight any of these. He said John Jones, Alex Pereira. Shit. I'm sure if they offered him Stipe, he'd be down too.
He did. They offered him Stipe for UFC 300. He accepted. Stipe said no. So there you go. And Tom Aspinall said, well, actually, I guess we should cut to the fight real quickly. Defeated Curtis Blaydes by first round knockout. 1 minute. Here's a crazy fucking stat, Angel. John Jones won the heavyweight title in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Remember, everybody's like, oh my God. Crazy, super fast finish, dominant. Tom Aspinall won the interim title and defended the interim title in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's fucking insane.
I can't remember it, but I think he has like a total cage time of like 40 minutes.
Yeah, he does.
Or it's a very short amount of time collectively.
He has the shortest, heading into this fight, he had the shortest collective like overall fight time of like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. He just keeps on finding a way to lower it. Like this guy, heading into this fight, I was really kind of being like, man, is he just like Shane Carwin for new generation?
I can't believe he did it that quick. I am actually in disbelief. I was in shock.
I know, dude. He's him. That's all I gotta say. He's fucking him.
It was very much an I'm him moment, and I like how they said his next fight will be for the undisputed title.
Well, look, dude. If John Jones doesn't fight on Tom Aspinall at this point,
I mean, it'll be the biggest duck in history, no doubt.
I don't want to say it would destroy his
Look, we
legacy.
didn't get Ngannou, but if we don't get Aspinall either, I feel like it's a disgrace to the sport.
Yeah, it's one thing, like you said, it's one thing to not have the Ngannou fight because like there was so much going into that situation. I don't blame either John or Ngannou. I think it was just,
and Aspinall wants to fight him regardless of the money.
Yeah, and I
think Aspinall. I kid you not. You can put this on air. Fucking, this is a clip farm right here.
Yeah.
I think Tom Aspinall is so willing to fight and prove himself that he would fight John Jones for free. I kid you not. I think
He's hungry, bro.
I think
He's
Tom
hungry.
Aspinall, if you told him, "Oh, you can fight John Jones, but you'll do it for free," I think he'd do it.
He's on that. You know, like whenever Alexander Usyk, whenever Tyson Fury was like, "No, I'm not fighting that little midget or whatever. I'm not
Well,
going to do it."
Can't. God damn it, Josh.
That's what he said. I'm just quoting him. Don't get mad
Okay.
at me. That's what he said. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what Tyson Fury said. Okay. And Usyk was like, "I'll fight you for a 90-10 split. I don't give a fuck." And then, Tyson still rejected. Eventually, they got the Saudi money, and he beat him. Tom Aspinall is on that shit right now. He's like, "I don't give a fuck when it is. I don't give a fuck where it is. I'm gonna fight John Jones, and I'm gonna beat him." You know what I mean?
His
So-
time, my time, doesn't matter.
And look, man, it would be so devastating if John Jones just retired after beating Stipe. Like, honestly. And I'm not even like, dude, I'd give him so much props.
And plus that, if he
If he
beat
fought-
Aspinall, he's just making
Generational.
I feel like look, if there was ever any doubts before, right? A lot of people for a number of different reasons might not put John Jones as the GOAT.
I think if he beats Aspinall, he's the GOAT.
I think if he beats Aspinall, I can't even argue anymore that he's not the GOAT.
I mean,
Like, he'll beat Stipe, yeah, sure, he got a top, yeah, but dude, Stipe,
I mean, sure. I mean, you've seen Stipe walking lately, man. I mean, fuck.
there's a number of reasons why that Stipe fight wouldn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
But if he
I
stuck
think he
around,
might even beat him still.
but if he stuck around,
Maybe, actually.
if he stuck around and decided to fight Tom Aspinall, and he beat Tom Aspinall, I'd be like, you know something? So be it. He's the GOAT.
That's the way I feel.
No question about it.
That's the way I feel.
It'll hurt me. It'll hurt me to say, but I can admit it.
Yeah, man. And he put up some kind of like cryptic post on like Twitter. He's like,
Who, John or Tom?
John. He said like supply meets demand or something.
I like how they both have like the most generic, like, if they were to be white guy names,
I agree.
John and Tom.
John Jones is the whitest man name of all time, which is,
Well, that's not even his actual full name, right? It's
Jonathan. It's Jonathan Dwight Jones.
That's
So,
what it is.
there you
Yeah.
go. Anyways, yeah, man. I mean, if he doesn't fight Tom,
Could you
Aspinall,
imagine
I'd be
going by
devastated.
Dwight? Dwight, sexual chocolate Jones.
Anyways,
But you saw that deep cut of Aspinall saying that, like, 2016, 2017, even 2017 actually, saying that he was gonna quit MMA because they wasn't paying enough and he was gonna go to boxing.
dude, that was a deep cut. And he was sitting next to Tommy Fury.
Dude,
They
it
had
was
a
insane.
double interview. Yeah,
Crazy.
IFL TV. Shout out IFL.
And he
Crazy.
did box 1 year later. He boxed in 2018, had one, knocked out the guy in the first round.
Yeah, god damn, dude, Tom Aspinall, man. I mean,
Dude, Tom Aspinall might end up doing the Ngannou later down the line. dude.
I think he probably will over time. I mean, he's that quick. Now, I will say, man. Well, as far as the 1 minute we saw against Curtis,
This
Blaydes,
has been one of the by the way, out of all like fighters in recent time.
Yeah.
As far as like getting to UFC to championship level.
Yeah.
This is one of the most, and it's not being even mentioned. I haven't even heard anybody talk about it. It's been one of the craziest, quickest rises ever. And the way
I
he's
agree.
doing it, I hate to say it, but like, or I mean, I don't hate to say it, but dude, it is like, this is wild. Like, look back at the big picture of what he's done and how he's looked and how he's doing it in the stats. I mean, I don't think it's been mentioned enough, but the guy is a generational talent. It is appearing to us that we have some athlete that it isn't just a regular athlete. Like, this goes much more beyond of just the regular champ.
yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
I completely agree. I mean, he's unreal. I mean, if you look at his UC run, it's completely unreal.
And dude, like, one of his losses in there is because of an
A
illegal
DQ.
strike, I think.
a DQ, a heel hook in his fourth fight, and then an injury.
Yeah.
He has one real loss on his record.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. there
And
you
what
go.
are his last fights right there? Curtis Blaydes, Sergey Pavlovich, Marcin Tybura, and who was before that? Volkov.
Volkov, Spivak, Arlovsky, Alan Budo, Jay Collier.
I mean, that's a crazy run, dude.
Every single fight ended by finish, with the latest being a second round finish of Andrei Arlovsky.
And my boy's getting paid, bro, with them performances of the night bonuses.
Yeah, man. Dude, he is just fucking unreal. And like I said, dude, if the fact that we're still going to have to watch John Stipe, and that fight might, like, man.
I mean,
that
I
fight-
think it'll be a good fight. I
actually think,
I hope that we get something out of it. He's so old. I just know that there's going to be some that's just left behind.
He's 42. I can't remember. Is he 42 or 43?
If this was the Stipe who fought DC the first time when he finished him,
I think he'd beat him.
And oh, dude, yeah, he was on point.
People really forget how good Stipe in his prime.
Because not even just
genuinely
that,
might
like,
be the greatest heavyweight.
He had to
I have no
walk
problem
through
saying
hell for that victory.
But dude, he was just so fucking good. He had the wrestling, he had the boxing was on point. That's why back like years ago, I remember they were talking about John Stipe as far back as 2018. I remember thinking at the time, like, man, Stipe would box John's ears off, man. Like, that'd be a rough night for him. Bigger guy, can't get the takedown, probably not as easy. And now here we are.
Also he
all
has
these years
miles. That's the other thing. He has miles for a heavyweight.
Yeah, well, in that time, he's been knocked out multiple times.
Hasn't
fought in 3
years. He's been through 2 Ngannou fights. He's one of the few guys that actually takes multiple punches from Ngannou, like clean shots, like damaging.
Yeah.
Like literally straight, like brain injury.
Yeah. Well, hey man, in about 4 months, we'll get to see him step in the cage with John. Hopefully, apparently that's November, MSG. And man, Tommy Aspinall, you gotta be front row for that one, man. You gotta stay.
He has to be there. He has to be
there.
there.
If you can't get the fight, I need him to hunt down that fight and make sure everybody knows.
He's
that
that Tarver Roy energy, bro. Going to every press conference saying, "I'm here. I'm here. Sign the contract. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm right here. Let's fight."
Got any excuses tonight, John?
Woo! Woo!
Man, you know, I love Roy Jones, but that's still the hardest shit of all time, man.
That shit does go hard as fuck.
Roy Jones, I've always said this. Roy
proceeds
Jones
to beat the shit out of him too.
Knocked him out in the first, and then the trilogy to beat the shit out of him too. It's like, fuck, man. Like,
we don't got shit like that now.
No, well, dude, Roy Jones. I mean,
we don't got shit like that now.
I won't divert too long into this. But Roy Jones has always been my favorite guy because, like, dude, he was a one of one guy. The motherfucker. I was like 10,
generational talent.
I was 10 watching highlights of Roy Jones beating up motherfuckers, listening to the highlight song of him rapping about beating up motherfuckers. That's how good Roy Jones was.
Dude, my parents had Jordan and Zidane and all these great players that came before.
Yeah.
Tyson. Dude, I've been blessed to I've got to see Kobe play. I've seen LeBron play. I've seen Patrick Mahomes play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten to experience though. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I've got to see Messi and Ronaldo play. Like, dude, like I am happy in the generation that I got to watch sports.
I agree with you, man. And now we're getting to see Tommy Aspinall.
That's what
come
I'm saying.
up the heavyweight.
And I think he will end up falling into that category, dude.
Of an all-time great. I think he will too.
Because I think this guy literally, he's just gonna destroy the heavyweight division for the rest of the time.
No, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a Herculean effort for somebody to do.
He's 31.
Yeah,
31. This guy could hold the throne for a decade in theory.
This is the reason why everybody's so crazy about the John Jones match. Because if you look at the division, it's like, okay, Aspinall, interim champ. Cyril Gane, dude, he's gonna take him down to submit him in 30 seconds, bro. It's not gonna happen. Volkov, already took him down and submitted him in 30 seconds. But Pavlovich knocked out Blaydes.
The only hope in the division right now is Volkov.
Yeah.
Like,
which is crazy.
Volkov, and he's stringing them back to, and not even just that. Volkov has to get through one of his own demons. Gone.
Yeah.
They're rematching in France. Volkov, not even just that. That's actually a crazy side storyline too there. Volkov has to beat Cyril Gane in France to fight for the title once again. Something that he was close to before losing to Derek Lewis.
Something he was close to before fighting Tom. Didn't get through him.
Exactly. Like, dude, just that fucking storyline right there. Like, the build up, the 48 fucking professional heavyweight fights, soon to be 50. If he wins this one, it'll be 49. Yeah. The championship fight will be the 50th. I mean, the fucking storyline going into that is fucking insane. This is the shit that gets me hard at night. This is the shit that gets my blood going. This is the reason I fucking love this sport. That's fucking why.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. And
fuck yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see how the heavyweight division turns out, man. Just always.
There was some ear grape there. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. But you know what, man?
But the hype doesn't end, Josh.
The hype does not end because Paddy the Baddie Pimblett has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, defeating King Green.
He's fucking back.
Putting him to sleep.
He's so fucking back, dude.
I mean, look.
I have to say it.
Yeah, you're right, man. If we lost the hype for a couple fights there, the Jared Gordon fight, the Ferguson fight, the injuries, all the stuff. If there were any doubts about Paddy Pimblett, man, they got answered on Saturday.
Let him fucking know, Josh.
Look, man, I've always been somebody who's kind of iffy on Paddy. I've said that on the show. I don't think he'll be UFC champion. I don't even know if he'll be top 5. But God damn it, he's a lot of fun. And the way they're taking his rise is the perfect way to do it.
Did he slide in right at 15? Can we look?
Correct. He is 15 now.
That is great. He took King Green's spot now.
Yes, sir. Paddy Pimblett.
I mean, he just has to wait for BSD and Moicano to play out, and I'm sure he'll get the winner.
He's also said he'd be down to fight RDA if RDA wins, which I think is... I don't even know why he'd want that fight. I mean, I guess it's another champion.
You know what fight I think would be insane? Dan Hooker.
That's such a good matchup for him too. I think
that'd be a good fight.
That's a good matchup for him. Hey man,
hard,
very hard matchup, but not booked right now. Dan Hooker ranked number 11.
That's what I'm saying. They could get away.
I'm surprised he isn't hasn't called for that one, but all right. Anyways, man, I honestly don't have a whole lot to say about this fight because it's like
It was so short. It was a Bobby Green
Yeah.
mistake. In the end, the gave Patty
shooting for a takedown. God knows why. Only he knows.
I think it was just natural. He caught the kick, so he just went for it. Kind of in
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. I don't think it was necessarily like a super active thought. And dude, he was out before even Patty transitioned to the armbar, which was insane.
Yeah, he was out.
I felt bad.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
But before that, I'd say they were fighting at range. Patty throwing a lot of leg kicks, was winning. I'd say still winning the round, not by a lot. We didn't get to see much. Once again, and Patty Pimblett's gas tank's kind of been a question mark too in the past. Something we've talked about on the show. Obviously, we know the massive bodily changes in between fights and camps.
Yes, sir.
How that are. But I'll say this: out of all the fights, holy fuck, was he in shape for? I mean, he was peeled out of his fucking
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When Patty gets the shape, he looks good. But specifically for this one, I thought he might have looked his best.
Dude, it was his biggest test, and he knew that. He knew that, like, all right, if I win this one, it's off to the races. And he fucking looked like he was taking it serious.
He did the part, dude. He had the crazy walkout, the crowd right behind him, the fucking I said it, dude. The Sakuraba 50% buff shorts.
Yeah, it was over. It was over.
And I'm also proud of this one, Josh, because I called a Patty Pimblett submission on the show, and that's what I got, and I fucking delivered.
Yes, sir.
I was so happy when it happened. I was like, yes.
First round.
Yes.
Man. I mean, I thought of all the ways that fight could have gone. Like, him getting out of there so easily was surprising to me. Of all the ways, I thought if he was going to beat him, I didn't think it was going to be like that.
I thought there was going to be a lot more trouble, dude.
Yeah.
But hey, man, he saw a mistake.
Yeah.
He took advantage of it.
And
Capitalized
that's
on
what
it.
great fighters do, ladies and gentlemen. 29 years old. It's off for the race now. We'll see.
And speaking about great fighters,
Gregory Rodriguez.
holy fuck. RoboCop put hands on the notorious CLD, dude.
Dude, the notorious CLD having a rough night, man.
I mean, dude, Gregory Rodriguez, beat the shit out of this guy.
He really did.
Gregory Rodriguez, who was originally, I guess, in his come to martial arts, like a grappler. You wouldn't even assume it because how much he loves his fucking hand and the bar he has.
Exactly.
I mean, look, I'm excited. I hope he's able to continue to rise, string some wins together because he is a fun day to watch.
Exactly. And at middleweight, it's a strikers division.
We need
New blood.
We need new blood. We need new faces. And like I said, he can also get it done in the jiu-jitsu department.
Very talented guy, man. And I really thought CLD, I thought his weird style, maybe he could have given some problems. No, man. No problems whatsoever for RoboCop, which is still the most badass nickname in MMA at the moment, I think. Anyways, wins by unanimous decision. I don't know who's next for him. But a 3-fight win streak. I think he's won 5 of his last 6. Is it time for a rank guy, man? Chris Curtis, ranked number 15. He just booked a fight with Kevin Holland.
It could be.
Anthony, what do you think about Fluffy Hernandez versus
Fluffy? Might be booked or he had to be rebooked. I know there were several. Poor guys, like his whole like UFC career has been like a fucking shit show as far as like getting him a matchup.
Let's see if he's booked. Not according to the UFC.com.
No, but I know he's had stuff fall out. Like if you went to Tapology and looked him up, it's a lot, dude. Like I feel for Fluffy. Like I feel like his career should be more advanced by now. It should have been advanced years ago. I think I'd say 2 years ago he should have been
I would agree with that assessment. So let me see if he's booked right
because
now.
When you scroll, look at all that.
Michelle Pahea.
But even
October.
if you scroll down,
But yeah, we're talking about 5 canceled.
and look at
fights.
the gaps in between all of those.
5 canceled fights since 2023, and then if
He
you
was gonna
count
fight Dreekis at
2021,
one point.
which is crazy.
Could you imagine how different history would go
Oh my god.
for him or Dreekis? God,
Damn. Yeah, man. It's on a hell of a run right
but
now.
he figured it out.
He really did. So we'll see what happens with him, but he's obviously booked. But I'm sure they
When
can
is that
find a
booked
nice
for?
guy. He's going to face Michelle Pahea.
In October, right?
October, yes, sir.
Fuck
October
me,
19th.
dude. I'm excited for that. That's a good fucking fight.
That's a good fucking fight. We'll see what happens with RoboCop, though. I'm sure they'll give him maybe not a rank guy, but close to the rankings guy. Opening up the main card, though, Arnold Allen back in the win column against Giga Chikadze. Kind of a standard affair. I thought it was a good night for the Almighty.
Arnold had a right idea.
Yeah.
Don't give him that space. Crush the space. Go in with combinations. I felt like Giga just didn't feel comfortable enough to just let loose because he knew Arnold would hit him in the big exchanges back.
Yeah,
just as much. And credit to Arnold, he was sitting down on some of those punches too. There's a few times he definitely lit up Giga Chikadze in there.
yeah.
For Giga, man, I think he is probably capable of beating a lot of guys outside of the 15 guys who are struggling maybe in certain areas. He could definitely expose stuff on the feet. But I think Giga, as far as a ranked featherweight, has too many now. And I mean, Josh, we were part of the hype train. We were full on solid. We're like, if he wins that Calvin Kattar fight, give him that fucking title shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I forgot who ended up fighting Max like a month later. I can't remember. It was going to be some crazy turnaround.
Yeah. But point being, he's a guy that
or Bulk. I can't remember who's the
after he lost to Kattar, he's not looked the same. He took the year off, and when he came back against Caceres, he looked okay. But even then, he was still kind of hesitant to throw. You know what I mean? Even a fight like that,
you haven't seen the same Giga pre Calvin Kattar.
And it makes sense because he got mauled, and that's a life changing.
And he might have, I won't say got exposed, but you might have seen the game plan. You know what I mean? And now people have kind of build up on that, and we'll just make it better and better and better.
Yeah, and at 35 years old now, it's getting tough for him, man.
Yeah, the window's short. I mean, it doesn't mean though that he can't show up on a short notice fight, maybe string some wins together, and potentially get to there again because he was just that short of it. But nevertheless, the no finish streak continues for the almighty Arnold. Heartbreaking.
Hey man, at least he's back in the window.
I don't think he has pillow hands, but he just hasn't gotten.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because he does have good power. You've seen it in fights when he does land on people. It has an effect, but it is what it is.
He's definitely hurt people. I highlighted Nathaniel Wood. Josh ended up coming
through.
ended up winning that. He's stringing them together, dude. I highlighted this week. Like, he's a sleeper guy. I think he has very high ceiling. He's like a lot of potential. He's 30 years old. He's been in the UFC for a decent bit of time. Can you actually scroll down and see when his debut was?
June 2018.
2018. Yeah, like he's been around a while pre-COVID, so no stranger to the UFC. A lot of fights in England, so clearly they have, his interest is a lot of interest is in that market as well.
Yeah. Won 4 of his last 5 now,
and look good, bro. Look really like clean. Like he beat Daniel Benito the way he should have.
Yeah. And Daniel Benito, hard hitting guy. You know what I mean? Not a very easy guy to deal with at times.
At times for other reasons. Regardless, though, we gotta feel a little bit bad for our girl Molly McCann, man.
I feel so bad for Molly, man.
It was just a hard one, especially because if I remember right, she had a really good moment at the end. I remember she had something happen where I was like, "Fuck," like a late submission attempt or something, and I was like, "Oh man, maybe there's a chance here," but it just wasn't enough. It was just a little too late.
Yeah, she's lost 3 of her last 4. I don't think she's gonna get cut. She's so entertaining and
she's an action
good
fighter.
Talker, action fighter, so she'll be fine.
She's a personality. She'll be around, and you need those people around.
It did look like for a minute there where it's like whenever she got into the rankings, she fought Aaron Blanchard with MSG. It's like if she could pass this one, they push her.
She would have had that run. She would have had that run.
She got mauled, and she's gotten mauled a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hate to say it, like she is great. Will probably be able to beat a lot of people, a lot of the average or maybe lower end fighters. Maybe be a gatekeeper, in a way. But at this moment in time, and maybe never, it doesn't seem like Molly McCann has the skill set or ability to break through championship level or be a top firefighter at this time. That does not mean, though, that at some point it can't happen. Because I like Khalil Roundtree, dude, a guy that I was never sure if he was ever going to get to that. And now, seemingly, look at the position he's in. So, never doubt anybody because you never know when they're going to get it. Fluffy Hernandez.
Yeah.
A few losses before that. Lost to Kevin Holland. Had another loss in there. And look at the position he's in.
Yeah.
He's about Michel Pereira. If he wins that fight, he's due for a top 5 opponent. So it can definitely happen. It's just tough.
Yeah. I agree, man.
Jake Hadley.
Jesus Christ.
Flyweight. Somehow missing bantamweight.
Dude, what is up with this kid, bro? Honestly, like the talent is there, but it's like everything else is just...
It's just not the things he needs to do. Granted, short notice. Let's clarify that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's just like, fuck, dude. Is that fucking...
Bro, that is not Jake Hadley.
That's what's his name? The bantamweight.
Yeah, that's Rafael Assunção, brother.
You saw what I sent you with Vadim Nemkov?
Yes, dude. What is up?
Who was that one? I forgot who that was.
Oh man, was it UFC guy? I can't think of
his
name.
It was
like Marcin Praknew or some shit.
It was a UFC fighter, a good one too, if I remember right. But it was fucking Vadim Nemkov. It's not like what the fuck.
Jake Hadley just can't stop.
Vadim's in the UFC now, so it's not that crazy. It's on the ESPN, but still.
Yeah, Jake Hadley just can't stop missing weight. Did get a win here though. That's nice.
Like I said, short notice, but hopefully we can get something figured out for the guy.
This kid's got to just
because you see the potential.
You really do. Muhammad Mokaev, we could have a wider discussion about him in a minute. But Muhammad Mokaev defeating Manel Kape, which is kind of a disappointing fight.
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown. But the thing is, when the exchanges did start to occur, when the scramble started happening, what?
I think it was a terrible fight overall. I didn't think people were talking about like it was the worst fight of all time.
Oh no, I agree. There were people who were trying to blow it out of proportion.
but still not good. We'll talk about him in a second.
I felt like the bursts were good, but obviously they were bursts. They weren't continuous action.
Yeah. Anyways, Oban Elliott defeating Preston Parsons. Badassus Bukakis defeating Marcin Paraknio. Sam Patterson submitting Kiefer Crosby.
New welterweight.
Yeah.
Sam Patterson now.
Mick Parkin, who is turned out to be a nice British heavyweight prospect. You know,
I told you.
A couple wins.
Told you he's good.
Got a knockout win. And then Sean Bannon defeating our girl Alice Ardoli.
She finally got one.
Yeah.
By the way,
Good
that
for
kid, Oban Elliott, dude. That kid is good.
That kid's real good.
I think it's really fucking good. I'm not saying he has the it yet,
Yeah.
but I'm like, he turned my head. I was like,
yeah.
I've seen him a few times before on previous cards, and I'm kind of like, okay,
You got to watch the slow climb. You know what I
Okay.
mean? He's a fun dude. I like him.
dude, it was so, something like, even though this card wasn't like crazy, a lot of decisions, but there was still a lot to talk about, at least for us, and I think it ended up being fun for us.
I agree. But in the post-fight press conference, Dana White treated this card like it was
One of the worst things he ever made.
genuinely. And I was like, was the card really
he
that
hit-
bad? Like,
If this was his bastard child, he beat it.
if it not even have to, you don't even have to go that far. If this was his wife, you already know what he was.
Oh my god!
Oh
Josh.
man,
There goes the potential of any UFC kind of sponsorship or kind of work with them.
I don't work with women beaters anyway. I'm sorry.
Damn, you're just gonna put it out there like that.
I'm sorry, man.
but if they paid enough, I bet you would.
No comment. Look, man, I got bills to pay. God damn it! What the fuck? Anyways.
I got needs.
Dana White treated this card like it was the worst card of all time. He said he's no longer giving out bigger bonuses because they raised it to 100. They raised it to 100K after 50K. Oh my god, the near billionaire pissed off about 100K, which he pisses away at one night at the fucking Rio. Fuck this guy.
You're not even wrong, dude. That's like a good night for Dana if he loses 100K.
He's talking about losing $3 million in a single night. And it's like, man, you're shitting on these guys.
Dude, I can't even imagine.
They showed no urgency. Dude,
I can't
you've never
imagine
been in
having
their
$3
position.
million in my fucking bank account.
I know.
I can't even imagine having $1 million.
Well, he has close to $1 billion. So there you go. Try and imagine all those zeros in the account.
Fucking dream, dude. One day.
Yeah.
I hope.
So he said that none of the guys showed urgency on Saturday and that they weren't fighting for the 100K, which is so funny to hear from a boxer-sized coach. Like, he'd know what urgency is in a fight. Point being, in that same post-fight press conference, he also officially released Muhammad Mokaev, said PFL is going to get a great guy, said that none of the matchmakers wanted to work with him anymore. Really talked down on the kid. And since then, man, we've heard a lot. We've heard rumors that, like, he was talking with the PFL prior to, like, his deal being over with the UC, which is why they released him. We heard it's backstage issues. It's still kind of a mystery right now. Why exactly Muhammad Mokaev? 13-0, the flyweight #1 contender, being cut. You have been in on Muhammad Mokaev as far back as whenever he was fighting in Brave CF when he had the big amateur record. What do you kind of make about all this stuff going on with him being released and all the drama?
It's odd, man. I'm not sure what's going on. There has to be definitely something behind the scenes, like we've said. But it almost feels kind of personal. Because as far as fighting, look, maybe the entertainment isn't there, the value for it. But this kid, through his amateur, his IMMFA career, or whatever you want to call it, and now his pro career is 33-0. And he's 23 years old. He is, at this moment in time, like I said earlier about Tom Aspinall, this kid's a generational talent. I caught eye of him around Kobe, maybe pre-Kobe, when he had a few fights. And I was like, you know something? I don't know a lot yet, but I think this kid might be him. Like, he has potential. Comes to the UFC, fucking proves me right. He has wins over, I think I actually have it saved on my phone, but I don't have my phone over here. But Manil Cape, ranked opponent. Alex Perez, former title challenger, ranked opponent. Tim Elliott, former title challenger, ranked opponent. Cody Durden, top 15 fighter. And then
Charles Johnson,
who's now in a run and is probably now ranked or about to be ranked.
I believe he's already ranked. Let me double check though.
Exactly. And he just took out prospect Joshua Van. You know what I mean? And they gave Mokaev
Not
Charles
ranked,
Johnson because
surprisingly.
he was going to test him. He's going to give him difficulty.
Not ranked, surprisingly. Charles Johnson,
But he took care of that business. To me, as someone who values the sport and values all sports and wants to see the best compete against the best at all times, it feels like a violation to not have this kid around. Because no matter what you want to say about how he's fighting or what he's doing to fight or the way he fights, he's still beating your fucking guys. How can you claim to be the world's best promotion and not have one of the best fighters on the planet not on your roster, especially a 23-year-old kid? A 23-year-old kid who's 13-0 and just took out and just beat a guy who's in Ryzen under this crazy rule set, who has power, who's super dangerous, and was able to control the fight and get the victory. Yeah. You know, it just doesn't seem right to me. At one point, I saw this kid on pace to potentially be their youngest champion. I think he could have been under the right circumstances. He could have got to that fight, and who knows? Maybe he would have fell short. The youth would have caught up to him. Nevertheless, and also on top of that, if you don't want to fight the way he does, give him matchups that won't allow him to do that, and will test him and make him improve and make him dig deep.
Yeah,
you know.
And here's the thing that I don't get. I saw so many people there. I'd say the fan base is mostly split on this. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people.
I feel like you're either on one end of the spectrum. You're like, good fucking riddance, get out of here, or you're like, I think this is a mistake. I don't think you can get rid of a guy with this much talent. To me, the people who are, I'll be 100% like honest with you, who are on that end of like, fuck this kid, get out of here, he's boring, no one's gonna care about him, be another unranked guy. I'm like, dude, you are fucking insane because you're not gonna find a generation. That's like saying if fucking Anthony Edwards was having issues in the league.
Yeah.
You know, and then let's say they're not too bad. Like, there's stuff that we can fix. There are things we can take care of. There's obviously some stuff that we can't deal with, and if we have to remove you, you will be removed. You know?
Yeah.
You're telling me you want Anthony Edwards out of the league? Tyrese Halliburton?
Yeah.
You know, you want these guys removed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's fucking insane, because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm personally fucking offended.
Yeah.
That we're downgrading what we have. You know?
Because it's. The UFC has always kind of walked the line of being sport versus entertainment. But it is so far in the entertainment category.
And if we want to talk about fucking behavior,
not a real
Josh,
sport. It's not a real sport, dude.
Like I said, and if we want to talk about fucking behavior issues, there's plenty guys on the UFC roster who have had issues, men and women.
This is the point I'm going to make here. Everybody that's defending the UFC's decision to cut Muhammad Mokaev, they're like, oh, it's because he's they say one of two things. Either he's boring or he's causing issues or both. It's like, dude, you know how many fucking boring asshole fighters are on the UFC roster who break the fucking law I have to watch videos of John Jones and those getting arrested every fucking 6 months.
I hate you.
I have to watch that every 6 months. Nothing happens. You're like, but he's John Jones. He's popular. He's a former champion. Muhammad Mokaev is number 5 ranked. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, he's boring. He has more stoppage wins in the UFC than he does have decisions. People, I don't know why. I don't know where this fucking reputation comes from. He has 4 submission wins versus 3 decision victories.
Mm-hmm. And
you look at the talent he's beaten. He's defeated 2 former title challengers and 1 former Ryzen champion, multiple ranked guys. It's like, what do you want from? It's like, oh, but he's an asshole, dude. What? What is that? Is that
have you not seen some of these other people on this fucking roster?
Casey Kenny got arrested for domestic violence on Tuesday, my man. What are you talking about?
Like,
he's still on the roster? What do you mean? Sadiq Dumas has more felony convictions for domestic violence.
Bob Ross was actually violent outside of the cage,
and they kept him around for years. Sadiq Dumas has multiple arrests for domestic violence and is garbage. He has more arrests than he does wins. It is not even close. But you know what? He's fighting next week. What?
And we're not even talking about relevant UFC fighters like Conor McGregor, you know, John Jones.
That's the reason why I brought it up, bro. Because you can't tell me it's a talent issue or it's he's an asshole, dude. What?
If you're gonna have a fucking standard, uphold the fucking standard. Don't pick and choose.
Dude. Yes, exactly. It's like, how can you tell me it's because this guy's causing problems when you have so many guys who are worse fighters than him?
That was one of the first. He's like, he's having behavior issues. Get him the fuck out of here. Good riddance. I'm like, behavior issues, dude. Like, we just had a guy get cracked down on for domestic abuse. Not even like maybe it was 100%. We got it on fucking camera. It was 100% domestic abuse.
Sure, dude. I'm gonna use an example. Shara Bullet is in the co-main event this week. Okay, Shara Bullet 2 or 3 years ago got arrested for fucking sucker punching a dude who had the audacity to kiss his girlfriend in public. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, but he's entertaining, so we can't count him, right? So then who's just like, but there's like a dozen terrible fighters on the UFC roster who are bigger problems than Muhammad Mokaev.
There is fighters on this roster that literally, not on this current roster, who have been on it, who have literally committed fucking murder. Now, they haven't been active fighters, but I'm just putting it out there. Literally committed fucking murder. You know what I mean? And they're still in the history books. You can still go to UFC Fight Pass and watch their fucking fights. Dude, they had a they had a PDF file on the
Oh,
fucking roster, and his fights are still around. He's
Yeah.
still part of the fucking history in the UFC.
Yep.
Fuck you, Hermes Franca.
Yeah, tell him. But you know what, man? Hey,
I'm gonna have to step away after that one.
But hey, man, at least Hermes Franca didn't get into a scuffle with Manel Cape at the PI. Oh God, could you imagine?
At least
It's not like Sean Strickland does that
Hermes
every
Franca
week.
had banger fights, dude. It's whatever.
Bro, in 2024, dude, it's so crazy to think about this. If this is 2024, all Hermes Franca would have had to say, "Yo, it's the woke left, bro. I didn't do it. They're trying to frame
It was
me.
AI.
It was AI, bro. 17 different excuses. Yeah, man. It's one of the worst cuts I've seen in a long.
Speaking about
time.
that, dude, fuck, do you see R. Kelly's making free concerts in prison, bro?
Hey, man. I have nothing.
Can you
I have
believe you're
nothing to say.
Can you
that
imagine
is-
you're locked up for life or some drug charge, some small drug, and all you hear is, "I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky." And you're just in your bunk with your bunkie. You're like, bro, what the fuck?
He's like, he's doing that shit again? Like, it's
that
just-
motherfucker is going again.
Yeah, they actually don't want him to do the concerts. He just keeps on doing
He
it.
just keeps doing it out of his own good
No,
volition.
I think we should move on. But, dude, yeah, just the Makayev cut is one of the worst in a long time for me.
It's number one. It doesn't even come close.
It's like-
it's fucking disappointing. It's disgusting.
Tony
But
Ferguson's fighting this week, guys. Like,
yeah, but I will say, Josh, we did talk off air. I do think there's a very high chance he'll come back.
oh, yeah, possibly.
On top of that, it's hard to find flyweights. Flyweights don't have a lot of places to go to. And
yeah.
I think if he's not back, I already told Josh, don't be surprised if he's not back by this year, but maybe sometime mid next year or
I agree.
early next year.
I agree. And the thing about the PFL, people were like, oh, it's because he talked to PFL. PFL doesn't have a fucking flyweight or bantamweight division. They have no guys signed.
No.
It's like,
But unless he went the
Come on.
Bellator route, but even then, if they
don't have one,
it's
they-
only bantamweight. and
exactly.
It
And
doesn't
he's
make
a
sense.
flyweight. So people just don't actually do any research. I cannot believe that.
And on that, he would only be doing like off fights. Like he wouldn't be
Yeah.
working towards anything,
Exactly.
which would be kind of a big loss for a guy like
Yeah,
that.
I agree. So let's go ahead and move on though, because we have one more UFC card going down. So it's not going down.
That's
Talk
crazy that
about
down
it.
there you have UFC fight night McDonald versus Lineker, especially because one of those guys is fighting. That's actually kind of wild. Do you see that there?
Wow, that is crazy. Man, I forgot about our poor boy Michael McDonald. Shout out him. That was a good card. That was the Ferguson Lando Venata card. That was a banger.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, so UFC on ABC
But his poster's ass.
7.
I just gotta
Terrible.
say it.
Oh my god, dude.
I just gotta say
Thank
it.
you.
Like,
Thank you.
I think
Terrible.
there was a thread about it, right? Specifically this poster.
It's garbage. 204 and this card, their posters back to back are just horrific. But anyways, UC on ABC 7, also known as UC Abu Dhabi, going down this Saturday night from the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. In the main event, Corey Sandhagen, look, man,
The Sandman.
Sandman, 32 years young, in his prime, has beaten Rob Font, Marlon Chito Vera, who Marlon Chito Vera somehow got a title shot before Corey Sandhagen, not gonna, but whatever. Defeated Song Yadong before that. On the quest for gold is going to be taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. It's crazy. He is ranked number 10. He has beaten no ranked fighters. However, he will get a title shot if he wins on Saturday. It's good to be named Nurmagomedov. 17-0 though. Obviously, we know the resume is not great, but we know the talent level is there. 5-0 in the UFC. Like I said, probably his biggest win is probably Jaime Barcelos back in last January. Defeated him by knockout inside of a round. This fight's weird to me, man. I mean, it's a title eliminator, even though Umar has defeated nobody of note. But we know the talent's there. Corey should have gotten a title shot before this. It's kind of a weird fight, right? Stylistically, though, should be a lot of fun. How do you think it's going to go down on Saturday?
I mean, I think for me, the big thing is out of all the guys in Nurmagomedov clan, God, that was a fucking mouthful.
Close enough.
I feel like all those guys who have that kind of, and even all the dog, I don't know if any of them, as far as in the UFC, maybe, and all the other major promotions, I can't think of anybody who they've ever fought who's been like Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah.
There's never been a guy like that. They've never had to prepare a guy like this. And on top of that, even his mentality, the kind of guy he is, once again, I don't think they've ever come across a guy like this too.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a big shit talker. He's not going to try to he's not going to cause any ruckus. It's going to be literally just him going there, showing up and fighting. And it's going to be fucking violence because Corey Sandhagen is that guy. He can strike, he can grapple, he can wrestle. Dude, you already know Patchy Mix and him have been going at it in the gym preparing for this matchup. And on top of that, Corey's nasty, dude. He'll make the fight dirty. He'll slice you up. He'll open you up in the fight. He'll throw elbows from underneath. Umar's going to have to go through hell through this fight. I could see Umar Nurmagomedov close decision.
Yeah.
Just barely got it, especially because it's 5 rounds. I'm going to pick Corey Sandhagen, though. I think he's still going to get it done.
Man, I've been torn about this fight all week long. Because there's just so many unknowns.
I'm picking the
about
Sandman, dude.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Sandman.
For me personally, there's so many unknowns about Umar. Like, we know he's good. But how good? Because we haven't seen him fight anybody with a
against
pulse
that tier, right?
Yeah, I mean, not guys with a pulse, but you know what I'm saying. Like, even top 15.
And he got tagged in his last fight against the UFC newcomer.
Got dropped
tagged hard, yeah.
Yeah, I got dropped.
Other guys are not going to let, if they get put in that same position.
Yeah. What's supposed to happen here is Umar's supposed to go in there and smash Corey Sandhagen. I think he's going to win. I'm going to pick him by decision, probably. Maybe even a controversial one.
Ooh.
I know, I'm getting spicy.
Corey Sandhagen, another loss, be a controversial decision.
Yeah, getting real spicy. I mean, I just think, man, like, he's got a lot going against Corey. Corey has a lot going against him, man. I mean, he has, it's one thing.
He is going into enemy territory,
Enemy territory, coming off an injury. Oh, I guess actually, never mind. He got injured during the Rob Font fight. I was about to say he got hurt the fight before. My bad. So he's coming off an injury.
How long ago was the Rob Font fight, actually?
Last July, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's been about a year. I want to say. I could be wrong.
I think that's healthy, though. And I feel like out of all the guys you can just throw into a fight, Corey Sandhagen is one of those guys.
I agree with you. I think he has a very good chance of winning, but I'm going to take Umar.
Yeah.
And
I like his approach to the fights.
For the record, I hope Umar loses because I hate whenever the UFC pushes particular guys where it's just so. He's probably the most transparent guy I feel like we've had in a long time where it's like they want this motherfucker to be so bad.
You're not wrong. He definitely is.
I mean, he's 10-0. I mean, he's ranked number 10 and he hasn't beaten.
And he's fighting what, number 4, number 3?
He's fighting number 3, I believe. And not only that, but like he hasn't even beaten a ranked guy or not even a guy who's close to the rankings either.
Wait, you saw we got Tattoo Atira, Roy
number 2 versus number 10.
Oh man.
Also, no, I did not. I did not hear about that.
Yeah, that shit got leaked on the broadcast.
Oh shit. Well, anyways, man, new co-main event.
Just like breaking news.
Breaking news. Anyways, new co-main event. This is originally supposed to be Nick Diaz versus Vicente Luque.
I'd say, as far as quality of fight, this might be just about the same.
Maybe even better. I just mentioned him. Actually, funny. 3 of the people I mentioned are fighting this week that I use as examples that should not be in the UFC. We're gonna knock it out, Muhammad Makaev. One of them, Sharbutin Magomedov. Now, obviously, the talent level's there. He's had some out of the cage issues, but he seems, hopefully he can clean those up. He's 30 years old now.
Dude, you saw how he pulled up to Abu Dhabi, bro? That guy was balling.
Yeah, man. 13-0, 2-0 in the UFC. Very entertaining guy. Taking on Michel Olyolchuk.
I feel like he didn't fight that long ago. Can you look at the record?
He did. He fought June 1st, got submitted by Kevin Holland. Mm-hmm. He fought just a few months before that, got submitted by Michel Pereira.
I had to say this poor guy is like one loss away from getting cut.
They're setting him up. Let's just go ahead and call it for what it is.
Well, they know that Shara Bullet can't fight in the States. They're going to try to give him as many fights as possible. Anybody can, especially because they've already seen his where his the abilities are.
Yeah. They could clear him. They could actually have him fight in the States. It just depends on the commission. But it's going to be like a hard process. Commissions like Tennessee in the South, Alabama. Just really, really low.
But at the same time, though, I don't know why it'd be so hard to convince Vegas because this guy has 16 fights.
I just think probably it'd be Vegas probably do it. I don't think that's an issue. The UFC owns Las Vegas. They'll do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a possibility. People want to see him in the States, I think, but it's to be too hard.
We'll see. Anyways, though, he's gonna. I think they're setting up our poor boy Michel Olyolchuk here. I think Sharbutin is gonna go ahead and go out there and put on a clinic.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna take him.
I agree.
I'm gonna go by decision. I mean, Michel Olyolchuk is a really tough guy, big chin.
He could get a sub. I could see Olyolchuk could get a sub.
I can see that.
Sneaky sub. He's not knocking him out.
No, he's not.
Not with ease, at least.
No. But I'm more excited for the rest of the card, man. I mean, the fact that Marlon Cheeto.
By the way, how is that not the fucking co-main? It's actually kind of again
like what the fuck.
We talk about disgraceful.
Yeah.
This is beyond. What is beyond disgraceful? I mean, this is offensive. This is gore. This is terrible. This is everything that's bad.
The worst thing to happen. I'm not even gonna.
I could keep going, bro. But those guys
make some jokes that are ever gonna get really offensive. I'll tell you off air. But so, anyways, this fight should be the co-main event, like you said. Marlon Cheeto Vera, Davidson Figueiredo, banger. Oh my God.
what's on the line for those guys?
Huge.
I mean, for Cheeto, I'd say Cheeto's about the same if he loses, but he does a good job about holding his place down in the rankings. Yeah. For Davison, though, this is like a slingshot at the title. Damn exactly.
And dude, him against Sean O'Malley that'd be something, man.
And it also depends, like, how is he gonna look, dude? Because if he has another killer performance like that against a guy in Cheeto Vera, And Cheeto's a dog. And this is going to be a dog fight, dude. This might be fight of the night. I'm calling it now, baby.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, in Davison, since the move to bantamweight, I was really kind of iffy on how that was going
Oh,
to
no,
work
he's
out.
fine.
Hey, dude,
He's fine.
I think he's even better. He might even be better.
He's fine. He's chilling. We've kind of come to that conclusion. He's fine.
So banger. But you know it's not a banger? Tony Ferguson is returning on this card.
It is at welterweight. I saw Michael Chiesa was like cock teasing this dude, making it seem like he's going to fight at 155. I'm like, wait, Chiesa, what?
Well, anyways, man.
Jesus Christ. That is sad to look.
7 losses in a row, 4 of which have been by finish. Last loss to Paddy Pimblett in December. Now, to be fair here, there's another matchup that like they've given him some ones where it's like they should be competitive on paper. This one should be competitive on paper. About to be 37 years old, Michael Chiesa. Lost 3 fights in a row. Been very inactive since 2021. He had 1 fight last year, lost by submission to Kevin Holland after taking off a year. These two were supposed to fight, funnily enough, that the card we clicked on earlier, you know, Michael McDonald.
At 155 way back when?
That was going to be the main event.
Oh,
but then
shit.
Chiesa pulled out, I think, on 2 weeks' notice. Lando Venata stepped in. They put Tony down to the co-main, and they raised McDonald Lineker to the main.
Then
So-
Lando Venata and Tony put on that fight.
One of my favorite fights of all time. So, look, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Hopefully Tony Ferguson doesn't get hurt too bad. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I agree.
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
That was just depressing.
It is.
It's
very
depressing for
depressing.
both guys because Chiesa's been on the downtrend. Obviously, Tony's been
Well, and I think
has been collapsing.
Chiesa, if we're talking about a career, might be even more depressing because for me, Chiesa in 2021, when he was on that like 4 or 5 fight run where he just moved up to welterweight, he was beaten.
And then he ran into
everybody.
Sean Brady.
Yeah, he was beating everybody and then ran into Sean Brady. And it's like, fuck, man. At least
That's how it
Tony-
goes.
At least Tony got to hold the gold. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I think for Chiesa, the tragedy is that he spent most of his career at 155 and not 170.
yeah, he fucked up. He
It's
really
all good.
fucked
And
up.
he has such an interesting story, man. He went through tough. His dad died on the fucking show.
Live tough, too. I think it was the live season.
And he fucking it's a lot. I really like the guy.
I like him, too.
It even hurts me to even think about that his dad passed while he was on the fucking show. And then he goes on and fucking wins, dude. Wins the fucking contract.
Yeah.
And keeps fighting. It's fucking God, dude. God damn it, that hurts.
Yeah. I agree. Hopefully, it's a good fight between those two. Both veterans, both struggled a lot. So hopefully, at least they put on a fun fight. This might be. I mean, honestly, man, this might be one of my favorite like fights on this entire card.
Who Loopy lose last to? Because she was like right there for a title.
Loopy
opportunity.
Godinez taking on Mackenzie Dern. Loopy lost to Vernagina Jaroba in March.
No shame in that.
No shame.
Especially because the run that Verna's on though.
Yeah, and prior to that, she won 4 fights in a row. Mexico's finest, taking on Brazil's finest, Mackenzie Dern. It's funny because she's not from Brazil. But anyways, she, at one point, she looked like she was going to be a future title challenger. She gets right there, and then she loses. And now she lost 2 in a row now. Granted, banger fights against Andrade and Lemos, but still lost. Will she be able to come through here against Loopy?
She just can't get over that hump.
Yeah. Like, she's very good. Like, I see people shit on her anytime she loses, but, like, she's still very good.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, without a doubt.
So we'll see. This fight opening up the card is a banger, man.
Dude, Joel Alvarez,
Oh
it's
my
been
God.
forever, but the issue is, will my boy Joel Alvarez make 155? My boy should just move up to 170.
The Phenom.
He's
out
so
of
fun to
Spain.
watch.
Out of Spain. Coming off a win over Mark Jacasey last July. Prior to that, he got mauled by Armand in a fight. I remember we were like hitting that one like, oh shit.
Well,
Two
dude,
young guys.
I think like on the first elbow, Armand destroyed his nose.
He did. Dude, it was a hard fight to watch.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, taking on Elvis Brenner, that's a banger, dude. I love that fight.
I hope Joel moves to 170 at some point.
I agree with you. It needs to happen.
He's so tall, and he's missed weight so many times. Like, dude, come on. I mean, if they had 165 around, I feel like that'd be the perfect weight.
Yeah.
Once again, another guy who would benefit from it.
Yeah. I
But
agree with you.
Fuck us, right?
Anyways, prelims, Alonzo Menafield, Osman Marakanov, excuse me. Should be fun. Muhammad Yahya taking on Kawi Fernandez.
Not
Ronnie.
Ronnie. Not Ronnie Yaya.
I mean, Ronnie Yahya is 7,000 years old, so no, I don't think he's anything to anymore. Shamil Gaziev, Dontel Mays. How about Shamil Gaziev going from a main event to one of the earliest fights on the prelim card?
It is what it is, King.
Grom Kutaladze, who I thought was going to be a lot better than he actually is, taking on Jordan
Vucinic.
Yeah.
Vucinic.
Yeah,
He was the other big Irish prospect. He was the rival to
shit.
to the guy, the young gentleman they signed in the PFL. I'm forgetting.
Paul Hughes.
Paul Hughes.
Okay.
These guys had I think 2 fights, never settled the trilogy. I think the 1-1. It's 1-1
you're
apiece.
right. Yeah, 1-1.
So, yeah, those guys. It's crazy because I felt like both of those guys should have been signed to the UFC, and down the line they were going to fight again for a third time in the UFC.
Yeah. Shout out Jordan with the nickname of the Epidemic. kind of badass. Kind of like
I
that.
like that. I like that.
Women's strawweight, Sam Houston.
Probably had to change it. I'm sure the pandemic wouldn't hit.
Oh yeah, right.
Can I get a zoom here so I can see a little bit?
Victoria Dudakova taking on Sam Hughes. 2 women down to 115. Jai Herbert taking on Rolando Bedoya.
He looks a little out of place here. We felt like Jai Herbert should have been on last week's card.
I agree. Kind of weird. And then it's funny. I mentioned him. Cedric Dumas, who, I mean, I saw somebody made like a compilation of all of his mugshots. Guys gotta, I mean, I'm not normally the guy to
he's
shit
close,
on criminals.
He's
but,
close to being cut, right?
I mean, I don't know how the fuck he still has a job.
I think he's on a loss streak, like a 2-3 fight.
Well, I know he's been arrested 2 or 3 times in his UFC tenure already.
But how's the actual
9-2.
fight streak looking?
That's what I'm pulling up, dude. Oh my god, that's terrible. His number 1 picture on Google is his mugshot. That's not even me trying to be.
So his last fight was a loss.
So he lost his last fight and he lost his debut. In between there, he beat Cody Brundage and Abu
So he's sticking around. For some reason, I thought he was on a little losing streak.
Yeah. Got smashed by Nurlston last time out. Got knocked out in a round. So, anyways, man, shit, that means it must have given him a new deal after that because that was 4 fights. That's insane to give the guy. Oh my
All
god!
press is good press, Josh.
Jesus fuck!
All
man.
press is good.
It just gets worse.
Dude, they're gonna re-sign probably that guy who just got arrested for.
Yeah, they saw Casey Kenny get arrested for domestic violence. They're like, oh shit. How many fights? You want 3? You want 4? Like,
who get you, bro?
Title eliminator? What's up, Casey? Shit.
You can only get sanctioned in Texas, but
anyways, man, that's all. That's all. All the fights. UFC Abu Dhabi winning on Saturday should be a lot of fun. Couple quick things to wrap up with, and we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time on these because a lot of these are actually coming up real soon, man. UC Noche, UC 306, Las Vegas Sphere. We've heard a lot of rumors. It's official. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, ELYXR Grasso versus Valentin Shevchenko 3, Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, Raul Rosas Jr. on there. A lot of great talent.
I wish you had the full card pulled up.
I'm actually gonna pull it up, yeah. But look, dude, the card is now official. 10 fights, pay-per-view. Dana White says it's gonna be the greatest UFC card of all time. That's some.
I think with the show and everything and the actual fights how they play out,
it could happen. It could definitely happen.
I think it's gonna be up there, Josh. I will admit it. I think the fight itself will be great.
Yeah.
I wish that financially I could afford to go because I think
the starting ticket prices, Angel. There's no fucking
$5K.
way. Yeah, exactly. $5K.
I saw 1.3 to 2K, but I think as scalpers came along and all that, they went up.
Yeah, I believe they started at 3K and now they're up to 5K. But the point being, Raul Rosas Jr., Aori Quileng, Irene Aldana, Norma Dumont, Ignacio Bamondes, Manuel Torres, Edgar Chavez, Kevin Boras, Ronaldo Rodriguez, Ode Osborne. Low-key banger. I like that one.
There's a lot of bangers.
Yasmin Yerogwe, Ketlin
Wait, you
Souza.
shouted out my boy Ronaldo Rodriguez?
I did.
By the way, he's from my parents' home state. Fun fact.
No bullshit.
I kid you not.
What do you?
He trains in the main city. And dude, not even that. Dana shouted out the state too when he was talking about the fights.
Really?
He did. He mentioned he was the only fighter.
Is that Veracruz?
Veracruz, yeah.
Wow, there we go.
Veracruz, lazy boy. He's so young. I love. By the way, I watched his interviews, dude. This guy has like the most likable human being on earth. Like has the best energy, but also like you see when he starts talking about fights and fighting, he kind of gets like a little darkness to him. But it's it's that dog. It's almost like that dog starts coming out.
His debut was a great win, and Jose Osborne, man, he's a very inconsistent guy, but hard hitter. This should be a fun fight,
dude.
Bro.
He's so fun, bro. I love the guy. He's honestly he's grown on me so much, and he's like. I think he's building gyms too. Yeah. He's trying to build he's giving kids scholarships to his academy.
Dude, I'm
telling you, dude.
Flyweights finest. Ronaldo Rodriguez out of Veracruz, Mexico.
A lot of fights, dude.
Yasmin Uruguay taking on Ketlin Souza.
It's a banger.
And then Daniel Zellhuber opening up the card again.
That's a banger too. They're all bangers. I'll give them that. I don't think. Can you go back one more time?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think, if I'm being completely honest, I do not think they missed on a single matchup. They got people who are down to fucking fight. This card might have the most bonuses ever given out if these guys show up.
Yeah, and in the Las Vegas Sphere, man, it's going to be a fucking insane. It's going to be, and honestly, Merab, here's the thing. Sean and Merab, that's that great rivalry already brewing, man. I mean, did you see them go back and forth? Yeah, man. Merab was like, I'm going to fuck up your coach. That's basically what he was saying.
Tim Welch?
Yeah. He's like, I don't like that your boy talks shit because he's not fighting. He's
Tim
just
Welch,
talking shit.
Tim Welch does talk a lot of shit when he does.
He talks a lot.
I would say Tim Welch did fight previously though, so it's a little different.
I mean, he didn't beat a single guy with a winning record, and he didn't get to the UFC and all that stuff. But at the same time,
great coach though.
Great coach. No issue with it. I mean, I actually don't like when coaches talk shit. That's just a personal thing. No, but I also get it. If you're like your boy,
I get it. And also, Tim's literally brought Sean from like,
That's why I get it too, because they're more like friends versus.
and they got a friend and coach relationship. Like they literally do all of that stuff.
So I kind of get it. At the same time, Rob was like, "Yeah, dude, like I'm gonna fuck him up. Like if he doesn't talk
like
shit
I
about
say,
me."
this for me, I don't think I have to, and no like patriotism or anything aside like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think this is the best card of the year on paper, and I think all that we need to happen is now for it to play out. And I think with how the pay-per-views have gone, Josh, obviously 300, it's a great night. I thought it might not be touched, but if there's a card that's gonna beat it,
It might be this one. I agree.
that'll be this one.
I completely agree, man.
And it
I'm
might not.
so
It
psyched.
might not even be close.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
My only issue is I really wish they had Matt. I would have preferred to have Max versus Ilya in this position. Straight up.
It's close. It's close. If you would have had those guys on there, I feel like it would have been. You would have guaranteed.
I just
it.
feel like Sean Marab is kind of out of place for Noche. Just my
A
opinion.
little bit, yeah.
Not to say that like Ilya. I
Dude,
understand the whole.
Sean's Mexican now, though. You don't know this? He has it on his belt too. His daughter's half
Oh, okay.
Mexican. Come on.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's half
Shit.
Mexican. I mean, you've. No, I was kidding.
You're gonna say some stuff that's gonna get me fucking
In trouble.
trouble at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm basically Sean O'Malley. If you know my personal life.
Wait, no, you
basically
don't want
the
to
same.
claim that. You don't want to claim that.
Oh, you're. Oh,
Wait, Josh. No, I got you. I got you.
Oh, you
I
got
got
you
you.
saved my life there, real quick.
I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
no,
got
I
you.
am not on that Sneeko shit. I'm not on that Sean O'Malley shit.
Go ahead.
But I will say, the
You're
whole,
welcome. You're welcome. I
The
got
whole,
you.
the whole, Mexican part of it with Mexican women. I mean, I'm, fucking saying, but
I got you, bro. I got you. I saved you.
yeah, Anyways, man, UFC 308 also not officially announced, but it is basically confirmed. Abu Dhabi originally Islam Makhachev, Arman Saruki, and now Ilya Taporia, Max Holloway. Islam's hurt, so like, yo, shit, we're pulling Ilya Max out of the Las Vegas discussion, out of the Salt Lake City
Also,
discussion, putting them in Abu
Another
Dhabi.
reason they would do it a little earlier, so it'd be prime time for Europe.
Oh, well, that makes even more sense, dude.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. It's the fight to make. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Psyched for it. I just wish maybe the location was a little bit better. But, dude, can we talk about it real quickly? Salt Lake City, Utah, UFC 307 is going to be the worst card of the year. I'm gonna tell
Wait,
people
what's
right
the
now,
main event for that?
there is no main event, but the only title fight that could possibly be is Juliana Pena, not Raquel Pennington. That's the only title fight it could possibly be.
They might have to say when they might have to just like pull some big names that want to fight for that.
Well, they already put Chris Curtis, Kevin Holland on there.
Oh,
So
so
if
they're
you
already
look at-
looking for like kind of fun guy.
Yeah, if you look at flyweight, Pantoja has already said he's fighting later in the year. It's not him. O'Malley booked. Taporia booked. Makachev hurt. Muhammad just fought. DDP booked. Pahea just fought. So he's not coming back. John Jones November. ELYXR Grasso booked. Maybe they can add Jang Wei Lee, but I don't know.
But
And then Raquel Pennington, Juliana Pena is the only fight tied to that card.
damn, they're boned.
They are so fucked. Which I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, but they always make stuff happen. So
I kind of think it's funny because the last few years they've given Salt Lake City, like, on paper, some of the best cards. That was last year we had a Jan, Alex Pahea. I can't remember who main evented that card.
now they're like, we blew our load, bro. Now we
Yeah.
can't even.
And then the year before that they had Leon.
I'll give them credit. It's because they've gone
Rockhold.
hard this year
Yeah.
to make big fights. You gotta give them credit.
Exactly.
Like they've tried
Yeah.
to make, even if some of them didn't happen, they've gone.
Oh,
hard.
I'm not giving a shit. I just think it's gonna be Salt Lake City. That's what you guys get.
Can you
They're
imagine-
there's one. They're
Could
the
you imagine
city,
if Connor and Chandler fought there? I don't know. They're not. They're saying on.
they're the city that's paying them a shitload. I know, like $3 million a card. Yeah. So there you go. This is the last bit of business, and it is official, ladies and gentlemen. The UFC Antitrust trial.
Oh, you saved this for the end.
I saved this for the end, my friend. UFC Antitrust trial is set for October 28th. If you guys have followed this closely, which admittedly I backed out after the settlement, I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this shit anymore. But the settlement was not approved by federal judge Boulware, Richard F. Boulware, I think is his name, appointed by Obama. Anyways, he declined to approve it. He said that, like, man, like, you guys showed me all this evidence. You were aiming for bare minimum 800 million, and you settled on 300. How does that work? And he sent him back twice to negotiate for a higher settlement, and no changes were made. He's like, all right, trial it is, boys. So October 28th, Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC versus, essentially the roster from 2010 versus to 2017.
Wow,
Yeah, so look, man,
a lot of retired guys in there.
a lot of retired guys.
A lot of
I am-
legends in there.
Yeah, I'm very cautious to see how this is going to work out.
You're technically wouldn't Crow Cop technically fall into that?
Crow Cop will get paid. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crow Cop will get paid. Frank Mir, Arlovsky,
Rampage?
Connor, Rampage,
Fuck.
any old guy from that period would get paid. 2010 to 2017 is
These are like
about
small
blast.
guys that were just in there for a few fights, right?
Correct. Even if you're a small guy who wasn't only in there for a few fights, you'd get paid. As long as you're in under the UFC contract from I think it was December 2010 to August of 2017 were the dates, you would get paid. Imagine being the guy that got signed in September of 2017, by the way.
Nam Fam? Would Nam Fam get paid?
No, Nam was gone by that point,
Damn.
unfortunately, which is so heartbreaking. Actually, let me double check. But I want to say Nam was gone by like 2. He was like not even, you know. Let me see. I hope Nam Fam, please let Nam Fam be a part of the UFC until 2010. Nam Fam's getting fucking paid, boy. Like Nam Fam might get paid, boy. Shit. Let's go. Released in 2014. If you guys don't know, by the way, just a side note. Just a side note. Nam Fan has a YouTube channel. And if you guys can go back to, because he was on the Ultimate Fighter, you can find multiple clips of him talking. Just a normal dude. Nice guy. It is genuinely so depressing to watch Nam Fam speak now. Because his brain, it's not there. And though he's one of the first guys I've seen from MMA that's like a former fighter now, getting into his 40s, getting into his 50s, and you see the effects of a lifetime.
And
of
what's
fighting.
terrifying is he's still fighting.
Exactly. And you have you see that in boxing all the time. Like Rick Bowe was slurring his speech by his late 30s. You know what I mean? But like MMA, you've seen a lot of guys who've been able to kind of avoid that. Like even some of the later people talk about Chuck Liddell stutters all the time, and I'm like, I don't know, it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Dude, in comparison to what it could be.
Nam Fam is depressing, but hopefully he'll get paid. As of now, if I remember correctly, the plaintiffs in this trial originally wanted as much as $1.6 billion. We'll see if they get it. We'll see if they get any contractual changes. Going to trial is a major thing that both sides did not want. The fighters did not want it because they may leave with nothing. The UFC didn't want it because they could fuck up their whole business. So
too late now.
It's too late now. They came up with a settlement that was so bad, the judge was like, yo, dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. Like, that's ridiculous. So we'll see what happens October 28th, man. Fight of the century. How about that?
God, that's the true fight right there, right?
For sure, man. Any closing thoughts? Anything else we talk about before we're going to duck out of here?
No, Josh, that'll be it.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm at Josh on Twitter. He's at Angel Taking Sword 01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Thank you for 1.6K, boys. We appreciate it. Also at 900,000 views recently. I don't think I said anything on the show, but thank you guys for that as well. Hope you guys stay tuned for the future. We have a lot of content on the way as always. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace and butt grease. No mouse.